Yo, it's me, your boy, Scepterpan. What, you don't remember me? We go way back. Remember from 2000XX, like the symbol of the proposed state of Jefferson? How you doing? This week, we're doing Witchblossom. A very, well, cohesive little piece of land, an offshoot suburb of the oncoming city of St. Laurentius, and perhaps a little bit of an offshoot from the entire region of Scepterpan City, based on Arcadia Bay from the game Life is Strange. It's moody, it's dreary, but it's beautiful, and I try to tie it together with tropical influences. So stick around, because we might miss you.
Your appetite's been lost. A blackened pit calls it so hollow, and it's a terrible way to live when you're shooting for 100%. Patient for a change when it's only a mountain. It's only a mountain. It's only a mountain. In time, if you follow through, they'll teach your eyes to spit or swallow. And it's a horrible way to exist when you're quiet as a mouse. And we know you don't wanna die. Bills and noise keep you inside, but you just hold it to yourself. Patient for a change when it's only a mountain. It's only a mountain. It's only a mountain. And we know you don't wanna die. Bills and noise keep you inside, but you just hold it to yourself. Patient for a change when it's only a mountain. 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 It's only a mountain.
Yeah, so I'm like this really big fan, and I noticed immediately that when on the last episode, on the Tefra Mountain, he had this song about like this really great mountain, and now he just has like this very self-aware placement of this song that's just called Just a Mountain or Only a Mountain, I forget. I just think that's some really self-aware criticism that you wouldn't really find anywhere else on YouTube. Wow, what a great guy. Man. He was full of shit. Right now we're gonna build a little Roman-esque neoclassical piece. Very stick-outish. Check it out.
It's all subject to change, at least that's what they told me. At the door, the guy at the front looks like he left again. It's all subject to change, at least that's what they told me. At the door.
Let me tell you something. Why am I doing that cadence? Okay, good. Hello, welcome back. I wanted to discuss a little bit of the planning here. As you can see, very straight roads, kind of different from what I've been doing. That's because I imagine Witchblossom to be a much later edition. Some sort of semi-yuppie town built at a later date that uses more modern urban city planning. So I thought that'd be a nifty little thing to include, as well as it kind of combines pretty well with the design of Arcadia Bay, which uses this very same grid. Now, the main thing about grids is that I don't want it to be just squares and squares, so I tried to have a very strict pattern with some, well, deviations from the pattern, and one of the major ones is this coalescence in this really big Y shape. Now, at the end of this Y, I'm going to put the, well, most significant tower in Witchblossom, which I forget what it's called, but you'll see it, and I just think it fits really well. It kind of has, to me, it feels like an oracle piece, like the Greek Delphian oracle, which again ties in with these classical influences that I'm trying to incorporate into this modern urban planning, in particularly with what you saw of the monumental scape, I guess you could call it, which is the Ark, which is some type of military monument. I thought that was really nice, especially from people who are going into the city area. Perhaps particularly to Witchblossom, that's the first thing you see. So it's kind of like I guess you could say, Statue of Liberty of Witchblossom. Later on, I'm also going to use the Great Lighthouse of Alexandria. Am I right about that? I don't know. Which also has a similar sort of feature. Of course, that one's going to actually be in the sea, and this is part of the mainland. It's just on the bank of the river. I just think it really gives a distinctive look to the beach that you see here. This very nice stretch of just coast. And I think that's why it's pretty much completely optimal for tourism. And I think later on I designate the beach area to be specifically catering to tourism. Tourism has a couple of problems in game, whereby basically after a while it's hard to maintain those types of businesses because they have too little people coming in, and that's probably because I don't have an airport as of yet. So probably means there's less people coming in, but that's all right. So I tried to get it all leveled out, and I think it works pretty well the way that it does by the end of this video. So that should at least be good. Some shots of the city growing, and they grow up so fast. They really do. There's one sad thing about the city. I look at these things for hours while I'm building it, and you get to see it for like 30 minutes, and you might not get as attached as I do to the way that the city looked while I was building it, and when it was much different looking, a lot more bare, which sounds really fucked up if you try to make an analogy to childhood and child rearing. But let's not do that. So yes, there on top of the hill, of course, the Blackwell Academy. I thought you might as well include it. I also included the little diner. I really enjoyed the game, and I kind of like the feel that the town had, so much so that I thought of incorporating it into my map as early as I actually drew up the idea of Witchblossom. So that's what I did. I made some significant changes to that. I wanted it to be a little town, but I decided to make it a little bit more of an urban project, like a redesigned city district that was just off the banks where nobody actually ever did anything. So yeah.
When Joss Whedon wrote you back, you almost had a heart attack. You still talk about it to this day. It's a memory that lingers on, like meeting Spike at Dragon Con, or seeing Nathan Fillion in LA. What will your children think of Angel when they're grown? When they're grown, oh, will they love River like you did? When they're grown, when they're grown. Find a stranger, fall in love until the morning comes. The light is rough, so it goes. Oh, so it goes. We'll talk with eyes cut through the cloud. There's no need to speak, shed thoughts out loud. I'm so profound. Well, I'm so profound. Chemically encouraged love's as real to me. Ascendancy tonight. Chemically, we cease to be what likens us to sand and sea tonight. Darkness broke to light for you and forged the tools to roll on through at last. At last. I hold the walls completely down, that the bricklayers know we're around. After what you found, chemically encouraged loves as real to me as sand and sea tonight. Chemically, we cease to be what likens us to sand and sea tonight. Listen to your dear lead. Agendas cannot be more clear. Read conclusions as you will. Stay off the tracks they're built to kill. Listen to your chosen one. Avoid unnecessary fun.
Okay, guys, wrap the song up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Okay, good. So, yeah, putting in the buzz lines. You just saw me redesign the original Opera House that came with the first DLC. I liked the building, but I didn't like the lighting, so I added a couple of lights. And the architecture really fits in with this monumental thing that I'm trying to go with, you know. Kind of a nod to the name Arcadia Bay. Of course, referring back to Greco-Roman culture, to the Greek mainland. So I thought it'd be nice to include that stuff. Yeah, well, you know, not all is well. I had several problems because of my, I wouldn't want to say aggrandizement of the area, but due to the fact that I tried to make it more urbanized than I originally thought it was going to be, it was a little bit of an issue, and that was, well, the border of the map. After those little stripes there, you know, there's nowhere for me to go, so especially because I'm working with a grid, it's kind of hard to make it look natural. And I tried my best that I could. I just created this little offshoot that's called Scroll Spell or something on top of this. Scrolls Lake. There we go. Man, this guy doesn't even pay attention. I hate this guy. He doesn't even put any effort into his videos. Yeah. Wow. That's some really harsh shit. I can't even think anymore. But yeah. What was I saying? Fuck it. Doesn't even matter. You don't care. I don't care. Beautiful. Oh man, I fucked that shit up. It's alright though. Anyway, I tried to make it look natural. It was kind of hard to do. Wanted to incorporate the movie theater or the drive-in, which they talk about in the game as well. You never get to see it. Spoiler alert. Sorry about that. which kind of disappointed me. I would have liked to see that, but you know, I think it works well. Trying to work with the connections that I have, the little amount of space, and trying to make it all look a little bit more natural around Scrolls Lake. Scrolls Lake sounds really gross. Definitely not a place I would like to visit. And I also really like how this place looks at night as well, with all the cars driving past. It's just like, reminds me of home. Cozy, picturesque, beautiful, lovely.
At night he goes up on the roof, equipped with his homemade telescope, and gaze at the sky with God knows what in mind, and turns the worldly off. And at overcast nights he will turn on the light in his filled up garage that has never seen a car, and he tinkers away while thinking of stars in his own special way. A penny for your dreams, you're always absorbed in those galaxies. Is there some way to tune in and meet you in between your head and distant space? But the only thing he says, I'm in love, I'm afraid. She mostly spent time with her cats, living on coffee and cigarettes. Deep in her notebooks her pen always moves with never seen grace. And a text could make anyone cry, make them open their eyes for the beauty of life. They never get out in the light, it's the way that she wants it to be. A penny for your dreams, you're always absorbed in those books. It seems that you're stuck in your room, you're always alone. Are you happy? And she says, well, it's even more than that. I'm in love, I'm afraid.
What a nice little beach with all these styles coming together. More traditional medieval looking buildings with this modern street laid out. Who thought of that? Especially with the cathedral as the centerpiece. Very tourist trappy.
My blurry eyes look at the trees. They took my watch and they stole my keys. Some people just do as they please. I hope I never catch that disease, and I'll escape toward the open seas. Leave my chances to the ocean breeze. Awake at night, in bed I freeze, with photographs and histories. And I'll wait for you on both my knees, through tidal waves and killer bees. I'll fight them all and I'll win with ease, to hold on to these memories. No more wasting opportunity, straighten out all of my priorities. Like a dog that just can't shake its fleas, I'll fight against my maladies. And they say that good things come in threes. Well, I've never kept track of inventories, and I'll think of you in February's, when I flick back through old diaries. And I'll wait for you on both my knees, tidal waves and killer bees. I'll fight them all and I'll win with ease, to hold on to these memories. I never listen to my contemporaries. I want major chords, I want harmonies, but all I'm hearing are these zombies. It's all brains and no apologies. And I'll wait for you on both my knees, the tidal waves and killer bees. I'll fight them all and I'll win with ease, to hold on to these memories. Just to hold on to these memories. Just to hold on to these memories. Just to hold on to these memories.
Yeah, Isaac, I love that song. Isaac always has these very nice, chipper songs. Love that stuff. Now, if you're willing to look at the RCI demands, that is residential, commercial, and industry demands, those little green, blue, orange bars, I'm sure you are familiar with those. That was a little bit more of a residential demand, and I decided to help, well, I wanted to say postulate, but that's not really the right word. I wanted to satisfy that demand. Particularly this area of the map is not something I was planning on retouching up in a major video anyway, because it's not very significant whatsoever. So I decided to just do another sub-district of a sub-district. So yeah, that's what I did. And I think it helps out with the population demands for the jobs that are needed in Witchblossom, so I think it works out pretty nice, and it's a nice, quaint little riverside town where I might end up expanding the train line. I haven't done that as of this video because that was a little bit too much to ask for, because in the means of transport, as you can very easily tell, there are a lot of bus routes basically connecting these two towns very thoroughly. It's very easy to go from the one place to the other, and I think that's quite nice. You know, you don't want too much pollution. I mean, it's a beach area. There's gonna be enough cigarette butts by the French habits, because that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this sort of a Frenchish beach, with some elements of basically every beach that I've ever seen and been to. Just these nice little walking stretches where you can walk on the concrete that burns on your feet. Ooh, feels horrible. I just think it adds a nice couple of touches, as well as the bank, where you have those, I want to say sunken walls, but they're the sea walls where you get to look over with the obelisks. You know what I'm talking about? Thought that'd be nice. Thought that, like at midnight, that's more of a tourist area where they have more of the nightclubs situated, and terraces for the tourists, and restaurants. I thought it'd be nice to have that little area as well, when the beach might be a crime haven for heroin-pushing motherfuckers. And that's why I did that. This is, of course, the sort of semi-pier. It's not really a pier. It's not like I can build much of a pier anyway. But I felt like this area had much of the same appeal. It has the same function as a pier, a very commercial pier, that is. Anyway, so that's the feeling that I was going for along this side. And I added this little Arabic inscription that says Mukar, that's Murka. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was thinking there. And that means mirror, which not only is it hard to find 4-letter Arabic words that I wanted to use, it also means that I think of this area as more of a reflective area where you get to look at the combinations of both the past and the present, and how those two live on within each other, and how everything is constantly, currently, and always contingently intertwined with one another. And I think that's very nice, as well as you might be able to share a cigarette or two. Now, that's been the video, and you're looking at the timer saying, damn, man, how much longer can you stretch all this shit out? Well, of course, I can never let you go without cinematic shots, so there's going to be one more song at the end of this. This has been Witchblossom. It's been me, your boy, Scepterpan, and I hope you enjoyed it. Boy.
It's morning outside, is it too good to ride? A coin says I'll bet that you do. I wanted to think, but I started to sing, till I found a sweet thought made of you. I'll go back to sleep, but if I go too deep, you know it's true, I'll be totally blue. Well, don't mind my fear, I'll just talk in your ear. job, but I think I forgot to apply. Do you think that I had to? I'm starting to sing, but I hope you don't think that I'm blue. I'm totally blue like a peanut. I'm blue like the sun. I'm blue like a cherry. I'm blue, everyone. I'm blue for the future. I'm blue for the one. I'm blue for a keyhole. I'm blue till I'm done. I'm blue like a peanut. I'm blue like the sun. I'm blue like a cherry. I'm blue, everyone. Oh, so
The definitive end of the video as the camera butts up against a palm tree. One more zooming shot. Trying to incorporate more of those because they kind of create more of a dynamic view of the architecture and the streets as well. And you get to see a little bit more because of the angle, of course, changing. And it adds a little bit more of action. So I'm going to try and incorporate more of those. It's hard for me to cheat with the frame rate on it, but you scum. I'll try and do that, and as well as just these types of zooming shots. You know, it's nice. Problem with the collision sometimes, but it's all right. You can deal with it, and I'm very happy with how Witchblossom turns out. It looks really great at night. You can see the Tephra Mountain in all of its glory. More of its glory than I believe anywhere else on the map. Really, you get to see the sacrificial tower, the big church that you see right there on in Old Palms, on the Old Palms mountain range or verge, I guess. It's just very nice. And stop stroking your own horn, dude, or blowing your own trumpet and stroke whatever. I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I love you.